said it's my birthday. So happy birthday to ya. Birthday. Is this thing not level? It's just kind of... Oh, that makes sense. Duh. I know. I kind of like the swing. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every time by reminding you to check out Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. If you go to my website, jacobv.com, there is a link at the top, takes you right to Caddyshack's website, Catty Shack of Hamel, Illinois. I think I used to call it New Hamel, Illinois, and I think it's the only Hamel.
I was going to ask you about that at some point.
I think it is just Hamel. It is my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, baby brother.
Happy birthday.
And today, if you're a Facebook goblin like me, there's a birthday fundraiser for Caddyshack. And it just seemed like they were like, do you want to do a fundraiser for your birthday? And I'm like, well, I only have one place that I could do that with that I wouldn't have to think about it. And that's the Caddyshack. I love them. I'm doing a trivia date for them in February. I want to say it's the day after Valentine's Day.
Nice.
And it's a fundraiser for them. So follow them and they'll tell you where to get that information. No Antics, hot off the press last night at Platypus. We played with Multi Magic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kits Rowe opened the show. He's got like a solo Talking Heads vibe. He plays guitar with tracks and sings. And it's like the Talking Heads if it was one little guy.
Wow.
And he's great. And then Multi Magic, really, really sweet. I think I'm going to go. I have a place I like to play in Dayton, Ohio, and I think I'm going to go there and then go over to Cincinnati and see them again. If you were there, that was great. We were playing a lot of new material. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. It's been exactly 2 months since we did an episode. You know, baby brother and I are exactly 2 months and a day apart in age. And so we're the same age. This whole time you haven't seen us. He was about to turn 32.
That's true.
And then now we're not the same. That's why we couldn't be here.
It's true.
We can't be on the air when we're the same age.
We don't see each other actually for that. It makes the holidays really hard.
It makes the holidays awful. And Mother doesn't get it, but it's kind of superstitious. But we're superstitious over here.
I feel like I've gotten a little bit less stitious over the years.
You're doing really good. Your mental health and you're just, you're maturing emotionally in a way that I do really enjoy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
that's what fucks people up too, because
Therapy.
that's genuine.
Well, therapy and just getting older.
That's genuine. Don't be afraid to get your donkey lips right on that microphone.
I'll get him in there. I will
dirty little
him.
biscuit.
Lip it up. Lip.
Oh, la, 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 la. I really want you to feel the foam.
It's got stuff. Okay.
Blinded by Stereo's practicing down here now. And they have a couple new songs in the works. We went to a professional studio and worked with an Emmy Award-winning audio engineer to crank out some new songs. And it's going to be really good. I set up all my favorite keyboards. I brought my favorite guitar. I brought my favorite guitar devices. Did all my parts. And they really like to do... Like, they're recording... Matt really likes to get into a recording environment where it's possible that it's going to sound better than we ever expected it could sound.
I always said that about Matt.
And that's exactly the first thing I said. I said, Matt, you strike me as the kind of guy that likes to do it at the highest level.
Yeah, We call that a top quality guy.
Speaking of top quality guys, Matt was one of the very first patrons on Patreon. Patreon is really trying to step their game up as a platform, and I'm, as a creator myself, really pleased. One, I have the option to post certain things that you guys could see for free on Patreon, with or without a subscription. For example, I did a live show with a trio in December, and I posted all 3 sets separately on Patreon, but the first one is free, so you could go check that out if you just want to see what Patreon even looks like. Also, if you don't want to have an ongoing relationship with us on Patreon, you could buy artifacts that I have posted there. There's an anthology of lossless quality master files of a bunch of the music I've released, and you could purchase that there. That music comes straight to me, or that money comes straight to me. That music goes straight to you. It's a great way to support the show, get something valuable in return. Unless you're on like Tidal, I don't even know that you have access to that stuff.
So wait, so now you can take breaks from your monthly payments, but still get the content, or just kind of jump in, jump out?
There's certain things you could buy digitally directly on Patreon. If you're not interested in ever being a patron, you're a patron.
I am a patron. Yes, I get that notification every month. It says, thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, good. There's content multiple times a week on there.
What?
I post in there almost every other day.
What do you post? Do you post about Diet Coke?
Anytime there's something new going on in my life creatively, I can share it there.
Oh.
Even if it's not ready to be seen publicly.
Well.
So, like, for me to release a concert film, it would have to have a certain level of professionalism. But if you guys miss a show and you're a patron, the set's probably going to be on there. And you can see what some of the energy was and see what some of the stuff was that was happening, and get to participate without,
What? Sorry, I dozed off. What's happened?
Also, the entire last month, I have been working with an AI friend of mine to make clips of former episodes.
Wait, it's an artificial intelligence friend, so it's not actually a person or someone who works in AI technologies.
He's real enough for me.
Oh, what's his name?
Opus.
That's a fun name.
Yeah, he's a sweet man.
My first AI friend was Clippy.
I love Clippy. R.I.P.
Clippy was the shit.
R.I.P.
Yes.
But like I was saying, for example, today we are live on more platforms than ever before. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. We're live on Twitter, like Tucker.
You mean X?
X. That's what I meant. It's X now.
Yeah.
It said X.
I think that might be going back to Twitter.
But isn't the verb still to tweet?
You could just post on X, I guess. I don't know.
It's just not uniform yet across platforms. So we're streaming more than anywhere before, and also the clips are posting to Instagram Reels,
Yes.
YouTube Shorts,
Yes.
and TikTok. And
All of them.
All those audiences seem to have a different interaction, not just like volume of interaction, but
Oh, I should look at the comments.
But also, like TikTok stuff, you'll get all of your views kind of up front the first couple days, and then they fall off dramatically. Whereas YouTube, you don't get any views like the first day on a short, and then you'll wake up the next day with 2,000 views.
They cycle you in.
10 times the
Just
number of
scrolling the reels.
I don't know how they count those, because 10 times the number of people that watch the clips, or watch the episode, watch the clips. So the clips are doing really well. If you're not following us on all those platforms, you are missing out on hot clips.
Well, the average human attention span's like 8 seconds. So like TikToks and clips like that are better than making someone listen to an hour of us talking about nothing.
But you may notice.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I'm going to take some dramatic pauses.
That's some good ice.
I love ice. It's kind of the whole thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So patreon.com/JacobV, jacobv.com, jacobvi.com. I think that's all the things we need to do to open. Now we can really start catching up. It's been the whole holiday season,
Lord.
Your birthday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas.
So many other things.
Hanukkah.
Oh, yep. We didn't do any posting on Hanukkah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's good to be back.
Yeah. What's been... Oh, also, we talked about this last time on the show, though, that this was a possibility because you did a pop-up Christmas bar.
Yep, for 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah.
So it's really been,
November 20th to New Year's Eve. Yeah. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on. There's a lot. I'm exhausted. I'm in a worse place physically than I was last time.
Why are you exhausted?
Huh?
Why are you exhausted?
It was a lot. Some think it's just a fun little thing, but it was a lot, and I changed up my routine a bunch, kind of fucked up my whole schedule.
You may notice this candle here. This is the s'more flavored candle from my wife's new candle collection. Stay tuned for that. Homemade candles.
Okay.
You got one. What flavor did I give you?
Something real musky and masculine.
Did you get One Man Wolf Pack?
Maybe. I can't remember. Maybe it was vanilla and tobacco. I don't fucking remember.
No, but they all have names. But we're working on this. We're prototyping this right now.
I wish I could tell you the name. It slipped my mind. All I know is it smells really good, and I intend to burn it as soon as Danielle's done burning hers.
Yeah, and we did them earlier this year because when you make your own candle, you have to let it cure for at least 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Like a ham.
So that the flavor is absorbed properly into the bean fat.
Just like a ham.
It's exactly like a ham.
It's like totally the same thing.
And so, but we did that for all of our recipients.
You should make a ham candle.
Ham candle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and just call it porking around. And it's
ham candle. I would just call it the ham candle.
Honey and ham with a hint of lemon.
I think it should have real ham in it. It should look like
it
ham.
should have bits of cubed ham.
Can we just put
spiral cut?
If we just put a wick in some Spam, will it burn like a candle?
You don't want the smell of cooked Spam around you all the time. Trust me.
I kind of like cooked Spam.
Last time I bought Spam, I tried to make Mutsubis or whatever the fuck, and I ended up just eating a bunch of Spam, and then my tongue hurt from the saltiness. That's about all I got to say about Spam. Other than that, I felt great. That's not true. I felt like I was going to die.
That's funny to me.
Don't eat a whole can of Spam.
I was trying to make a very delicate folded delight, and instead I kind of had 2 fistfuls of rice and some ham. Spam. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Or as they call it, the luncheon meat.
Is that what they call it?
Well, there's an off-brand of Spam that's at Aldi called luncheon meat, so I'm just rolling with that information. Gotta love Aldi.
I do this thing. I was doing it today for a little bit where there's a song I had to play called Friend of God. It goes, I am a friend of God. And anytime I'm in public and something cringy is happening, I have like a Tourette's syndrome level urge to make some noise to distract myself from the cringe that's happening. And so now, the past couple of weeks, I just start singing that.
You've always kind of had that, though. When we were a kid and we watched Angry Beavers, you said spoot. Anytime something happened where you felt like you needed to fill the air, you would say spoot really loud and aggressively.
Is that from
Spoot?
Is that from the Angry Beavers?
Yeah, remember the Angry Beavers?
No, but did they say spoot?
Yeah, the blonde one did. The one that looked like a beaver, Owen Wilson. I remember his name. Jet or something. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Why does our boy keep sneezing? He over there sneezing.
The cat?
Yeah.
Oh, who fucking knows?
He's sneezed like 10 times since I've been here.
And so the other day I was at
there he goes again.
I was at a dispensary on Cherokee, and a guy was arguing with the people behind the counter because he wanted to smell something before he bought it.
Was it suede?
But I'm not going to endorse a specific dispensary because of they didn't pay me to.
Shake your head or nod. No one's going to be able to know.
I'm going to blink.
If not, you're not.
Will
blinking.
you not interrupt me? It's
Okay.
bad for the clips.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay,
we're farming clips right now.
We're making content specifically for clips. We actually don't care about the hour-long podcast anymore. It's all about
no, that's not true.
It's all about
that's not what I said.
12-second increments.
That is not what I said
of
at all.
Me talking about
you didn't
water.
Let me finish. That's not even what I said. And so I started to get uncomfortable because he was being kind of argumentative, and so I just to myself,
And it was a little loud, and everyone stopped and turned at you and looked.
Oh, fully audible. No one has any question who is humming or that anyone is humming. I'm not being shy. I'm just not using the exact words because I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. But I have to be only able to hear me to get out of that cringe. It's like an American Idol audition, but unexpected and in person.
Your tics have definitely gone on the more religious side ever since you fully embraced that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I haven't really done anything to embrace anything.
You've upped your Jeebus over the last few years.
I'm more at peace with it.
You know, you just went up a little bit in the Jeebus department.
Coffee maker. I don't know what Mom means by coffee maker.
What
coffee maker?
What would we have to talk about that involves a coffee maker?
I don't know. This is why I tell her I need complete sentences, and I was going to say this to you earlier.
Coffee
punctuation. Maker. When you said right now in the text message, was that a question?
You said, "Are you on your way?" And I said, "Right now."
But you didn't use any punctuation, so I didn't know if you were asking.
But if
should
I don't
you be
have
on your way?
But then also, if I don't have a question mark, it's still not a question.
Put a fucking period there. We have the technology.
Jacob, I don't know if I ever use the period unless I'm typing out a long text that requires more punctuation. But if it's just something like that, nah. I never really end a text with a period.
And so I do that. I really began to suspect that we may have lost the plot as a civilization when DVR first became commonplace. You like Roku? No, not Roku. What was it called?
TiVo.
Mm-hmm. And I was dating a girl who paused the show we were going to watch when it started so she could wait until it had been long enough to where she could fast forward through the upcoming commercial breaks. But we were sitting down to watch it live.
People have been doing that since you could record with VHSs. There's an episode of that 70s show where they literally are going to watch Roots.
But they record.
But they want to record it, so they hit record and they don't have the TV on, and then they miss all of Roots.
Because
Kitty and Red are very
they recorded
upset.
It wrong. I remember that.
They wanted to test out the video recorder.
But it's like, why can't you watch it while it's on, record it,
and then watch it again later if you want to? But now everything's on demand anyway, so like that got left in the wind. The wind, you know. TiVo and DVR, people still use it if they don't have streaming services, but everyone's got streaming services.
I got too many of them.
I like to watch one movie bounce from one streaming service to another. Like that Hulu Alien movie that came out a few months ago is now on Netflix. And
Hulu Alien movie?
Oh yeah, you didn't see it? It's
no.
It's like No One Can Save You or something. It's about this girl that's isolated in a cabin in a small town, and aliens break into her house, and it gets pretty wonky. It gets pretty crazy. I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about
What's it called?
No One Can Save You. What's it called?
Did you get, changing the subject here?
Good call.
Did you get the scoop on when the police SUV rammed into that gay bar on Broadway?
Full scoop? No, probably not more than anybody else. It sounds like the police swerved into the building, crashed into it.
Why?
Well, there was no discernible evidence on a reason why with the cameras. But then the owner who lived upstairs came down and was like, what the fuck? And then they were going to like take pictures, and the officers were saying there was a dog, and then the owner got arrested for trying to take pictures, and then one of the cops said that he hit him or something like that, so they were trying to get him with like felony assault of an officer, but then he got knocked down to a misdemeanor when he was already jailed. I don't know. That's all I really know. All I know is it's fucked up.
Good. You are the best journalist. You're my favorite.
Well, that's all I mean, we got to remember that while this happened, I was nuts to butts with Christmas cheer at Miracle.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Also, that's crazy. And then they flipped one downtown a couple days later. I don't know.
They flipped a what?
A police SUV, one of those big ones.
Wow. Maybe they're just bad drivers. You know, I did see a thing that says like they don't hire above a certain IQ when they're like kids into the academy kind of thing. Like they want the cops to be a little bit less encouraged to imagine and make their own decisions. I think the basic idea is if you're dumber, you'll follow orders without question, which is not fair because that's not how it works in all the systems.
And also, you're just claiming that you read that somewhere.
I'm just claiming I don't have proof.
We're not telling the police that they're dumb.
I didn't say the police are dumb. I know a lot of cops that are really nice people, you know?
That's not
a lot, I guess. A few. I know a handful of cops that are nice people.
You know nothing but cops.
That's not true.
That's what Caitlyn Jenner said when she was running for governor. She said, when I see a cop, how's she talk? How do you do Caitlyn Jenner?
Well,
buckle up, buckaroo.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of like that. A little bit more bass.
I don't know how to. I don't have a lot of bass.
Is this the Caitlyn Jenner that was in a drunk driving accident and fled the scene?
Right, but she was saying that anytime she sees a cop, she gives them a big thumbs up.
Yeah, I do that too, but only like in malls and public situations where there's a lot of people and a lot of like visual stimulus. So the cop gets a little bit on edge. Regardless.
I give him this one.
and I give him the finger guns, but I do it like a hey.
Wow.
Yeah, and
again.
Hey.
That's satisfying.
Fuck that. Sorry.
I'm sorry. He doesn't like that at all.
It's okay. I'm just saying that's what I do to the police, but I do it really quickly when I'm really close to them. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. A lot of dumb shit's been going on lately. I've been scrolling videos on Twitter lately because there's stuff on Twitter that I'm not seeing on Instagram and stuff like that. And just there's a lot of violence out in the world.
Well, and that's why it's so important to follow your favorite podcast on all of your favorite platforms because, you may see something somewhere and you may not see it somewhere else. I mean, I hate to take you on the whole trip. That's just the way it is.
Good spin.
I thought that's what you were talking about. Isn't that what you wanted me to say?
Oh, no, it sounded like you were plugging the podcast, but for all major platforms. And I was like,
because the clips, they go everywhere. They go to shorts, they go to reels, they go to TikTok.
Now we're talking about it.
After that happened, after they crashed the SUV into the gay bar at 4 a.m,
Yes.
a bystander repeatedly drove by blasting Bad Boys by Inner Circle, which is, of course...
The cop song?
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to give me some of that?
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do when they come for you? Yeah. And then there's like some scatting.
No bad guys getting away.
That one. Yep. That's what it is.
Police ain't giving no breaks. Something like that.
Something.
It's like it's real words there though. He's not scatting. That's right. The verse. 6 people with ties to the St. Louis area have been missing for nearly 5 months, and authorities believe they were involved with an online cult before their disappearance. The Berkeley Police Department in St. Louis County describes Rashad Jamal as their alleged cult leader. I was reading this the other day. So missing people, it looks like commonly young women of color and their infant children. There's, I think, 4 of the 6 missing people.
Why the baby's got to be involved?
Well, because I guess he lures them in with them, and I don't know where he keeps them all or what the thing is.
Well, do they have anything else in common, or just younger female mothers?
See what the latest is, because this was maybe a week.
Do they share any physical characteristics? Like sometimes cults,
the demographics and
people.
ages are very similar. I mean, they could all be former classmates or something.
Oh, that's how it happens.
Oh, he's got an Instagram. Free your mind. Poet, prophet, revolutionary, luminous being. Exit Earth, enter reality.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Okay, so that's not good. I don't love that.
That's the kind of stuff my group talks about. That's not true. Sorry.
Tied to missing group behind bars in Georgia. So he's behind bars in Georgia, but it just seems like these missing people have contact records of interacting with this guy and participating in whatever he's got going on.
Are they on the lam? Are they assumed?
His legal name is White.
Are they assumed dead?
I don't know that they're assumed dead. The
Have
only
there
law
been
I've
search
broken was
parties?
speaking out against oppression. The only thing I'm guilty of is destroying the minds of my people. Interview with Jamal on the phone. Jamal maintained his innocence and denied any labels as a cult leader. But they definitely believe his spiritual cult teachings are connected with the disappearance of 4 adults and 2 children.
All right.
And it looks like they got video footage from a neighbor's Ring camera of people in his backyard meditating.
I mean, you can kind of do that anywhere unless you're trespassing and get called out on it.
Yeah, we have a 24-year-old lady. Looks like another 29-year-old lady, 28-year-old lady, a 2-year-old infant.
Oh,
a 35-year-old
if they're 2,
woman,
are they technically a toddler or are they still an infant?
And her daughter, 3-year-old daughter. I don't know, toddler, I guess. So, see something, say something, and stay out of the cults, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yikes. But he's in jail in Georgia, so maybe something will come.
There's usually always some sort of, you cut off the head.
Do you know anything about the Jonathan Majors debacle?
Oh, the domestic assault or something thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care. It's more the fact that I was like, okay. So
I think it's weird that if he was convicted of something like that Disney wouldn't drop him. It's really not a story. It's like, oh, he's done.
Well, no, but it's like that. They're cutting ties with anything
somebody
that could
more
draw them
famous
some sort
to
of
play that
problematic
part. Are they moving away from the arc anyway? I don't know. I feel bad for him if he really feels like he didn't do anything wrong, and but I just don't think that's what's. I mean, it seemed like it'd be easy for him to get out of with his status.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of blowing up. He's in a lot of stuff. You know, he was in Creed 3.
Yeah, but you can't be crazy to people. Don't put your hands on somebody.
What's that other movie that I'm thinking
Was
of?
he in Apollo Creed?
He was in that Netflix movie about the cowboys. He was in Apollo. He was in Creed 3. Yeah, Creed 3, I think.
This is going to shock you. I didn't see the Netflix movie about the cowboys.
I'm sorry?
I didn't see that Netflix movie about cowboys.
Oh, I watched it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, gosh. Okay, hold on.
I know I look like the kind of guy that loves a cowboy movie, and you're not wrong.
Well, I mean, it's also just, it was like a all-black cast kind of thing. Here, hold on, let's see.
It was an all-black cowboy movie?
Uh-huh.
I like that. Now I'm going to watch it.
Okay, so Jonathan Majors. That guy. Oh, he also was Lovecraft Country, which I very much enjoyed.
Was that the Jordan Peele?
No, Lovecraft Country was, oh gosh. I was on HBO. It was like one season, and honestly, they kind of screwed the pooch in the end, in my opinion. But it takes place back in like kind of like civil rights times, and a bunch of weird paranormal shit, supernatural shit.
Civil rights times? You sound like my kids.
What?
You know, back in prehistoric times, like Martin Luther King.
Found it. Cowboy movie from 2021, The Harder They Fall, starring Jonathan Majors, Zazie Beetz. Who doesn't love Zazie Beetz? Zazie, doesn't matter.
Zazie.
Yeah, Andy Gaffigan, R.J. Kyler, just this really good pop.
What's it called?
African American. Oh, Damon Wayans Jr.
What's it called?
It's called The Harder They Fall.
Netflix, huh?
On Netflix.
Okay.
I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying
Cowboys, huh?
That's
I love cowboys.
He got a big movie deal with Netflix, is what I was saying. So like he had a lot going for him. But when you beat up somebody like that, usually there's consequences to your actions, especially these days, you know. And so it's like, I'm not surprised that he got the hook, you know. So
absolutely no connection here at all. Hard segue.
Okay, let's do it.
Endless shrimp leads to $11.3 million Red Lobster loss.
I saw that in your notes, and I'm so glad you're finally talking about it.
Red Lobster lost $12 million on Endless Shrimp, and we didn't even go. Can you imagine if we had gone?
We would have fucked it up.
We would have beat it up.
Actually, last time we went to Red Lobster, we all got pretty sick, though, because of the amount of butter.
It's not even butter. It's probably like popcorn butter. It's probably like hydrogenated oils.
That's probably what. So we all got oiled up on the shrimps.
We got oiled up on shrimp.
I got oiled up on shrimps in New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yeah, I went there the week after New Year's, and I basically only had like fried shrimp and shit the whole time, and drank my brains out. I'm taking a little break from the partying because that was too much. I almost died.
New Orleans will make you never want to drink again. That's what happened to me.
My body's still not right. I feel like there's some
scars on my body.
I feel like there's a tremor in my insides that started in New Orleans. And I'm like, do I have a tapeworm? Do I have a parasite breakdancing in my jejunum?
In your jejunum?
Yeah.
That's how it feels when I eat too much sushi. I feel like I have that alien monster from Prometheus, like in the cave, that crawls into the dude. I feel like that's inside of my body.
It crawls into the dude.
Remember?
Like the precursor to the face huggers?
Yeah.
The snake things?
Yeah.
They get right in you. They're that worm. Mm-hmm.
That
worm that bleed acid. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what Red Lobster's going to do about this.
Well, see, my whole thing is I think that they're going to either close a bunch of locations, or did they do like independent franchising kind of thing like other restaurants do? Or
I don't know.
Are they all just kind of connected?
I don't know.
Well, either way, they're probably going to have to close some locations, and they're probably never going to do Endless Shrimp again.
But then how are they going to get people in the door?
My thing is, how many people are going to Red Lobster? I haven't been in a long time. We had gift cards last time we went.
You know what we really need?
That's why we went. What?
Is somebody who has the Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster.
You got to call them. I'm telling you, I had enough fried shrimp that I can almost just
You could text us live if you've ever gone to Red Lobster for Endless Shrimp. Text us at 314-626-4208 and tell us about the experience because it's becoming a rarity because it's not viable. I mean, what do they expect to happen that didn't happen that would make Endless Shrimp viable commercially?
I mean, they got to try to drum up business somehow. I guess they were assuming that the Endless Shrimp would pay off for them in some way, and
because they'd be buying other
the
stuff,
quantities,
and then everyone just came in for shrimp.
That's what you got to wonder. Like places like that, how much do you think Golden Corral spends on food?
I'm not qualified to answer that.
We should go to Golden Corral. We should do a desk.
I don't have the experience.
We should do a table pod.
Where is there one?
South Limburg.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably the only one in the county.
I'll compromise and I'll do a pod at Joy Luck.
Oh God, we did hot pot just the other night.
The problem about recording podcasts in businesses is they play music in the background a lot, and I can't have music in the background because I'll get flagged. Sorry.
What if we only have like condensed microphones and then everything else is just like you don't really get to pick up the outside noise as much? Some sort of dampeners. We'll set up a whole bubble and just hang out in there.
Well, these would be better than like a condenser microphone. That's not what you meant, though.
Better
you meant small microphones.
Yeah, one of those guys.
I got those too.
I bet you do. I bet you got all kinds of stuff in here.
I got all kinds of stuff down here.
What's that thing?
What is it?
It doesn't matter. I'm joking.
Oh, I'm about to say, because I could tell you.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't trust Red Lobster with endless shrimp personally. That would be upsetting.
Yeah.
Went there once for a quick
well,
weird
in
late
a
night.
situation like that. Okay.
Went there once for a weird little quick late night meal with some friends, and like the crab was bad, visibly bad.
What was wrong with the crab?
It must have been cooked like hours earlier and just sat around all day. So there were just things about the crab legs that were not appealing.
Seafood in general, like, there's a reason, like, seafood restaurants can be expensive, right? But you kind of want a seafood experience to be expensive, especially when you're in the Midwest.
Because then you're paying for quality, even though it might not be.
Yeah, I want to pay enough.
But also, the businesses may also know that you are paying for that, so they know that they can ask the money that they want to ask for it.
Well, that's
and
definitely
make
a part of
huge
it.
Profit.
That's historically that's been borne out that like lobster used to be poor people food.
Yes,
and then they decided, hey, what if we change that perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't need you to look things up anymore.
Oh, thank God. I got so sick of doing that all the time.
When did lobster become a luxury food? Because my friend here is going to tell me.
There's a fish they did that
the
with
late
too.
19th and early 20th century. Initially, in the early colonial days of North America, lobsters were so plentiful that they were considered food for the poor.
Plentiful.
However, over time, fresh lobster could be shipped to distant places, raising its status and price because you could export it, regionally or whatever, like they
monetize that shit, make money on that cheap crustacean.
But you can't. They're plentiful where they live. You know what I mean? So to make it something people want somewhere else, you have to make it seem like a desirable thing.
I desire lobster, but you know what? I argue about I argue about this with Danielle all the time. I don't like working for the food. She loves like crawfish and crab legs and shrimps, but like not peeled. I want my shit peeled. I just want to be able to pop it in and go on to the next one a bunch until I'm like just sick with shellfish.
My thing is,
she just likes the foods that you got to do extra shit to, and it's like, hey, the extra shit was showing up and ordering it.
And if I really sit and think about that for a minute, I decide that what that is the food is connected to an activity. The food becomes an activity, and that activity can be tied to positive family memories. Like we have lots of positive memories of eating crab legs with our grandparents.
At casinos.
Or at home even, they did them a couple times. However...
True. Remember like on New Year's Eve?
But I don't want to go out and eat crab legs right now.
Remember
because I don't want to wrestle with an animal that I'm eating. I'm going to eat.
Remember they do the steak and scallops like at the table with that weird grill thing and had the butter, the butter
weird,
cup in the middle.
We had filet and like sea scallops, and
they spoiled the ever loving shit out of us. Why'd they do that?
Well, they were bored. It was fun for them.
Yeah,
we were cruising
like a motherfucker.
That's why I was such an asshole.
And then we all had to do the pickled herring, and everyone's so against it.
I have pickled herring upstairs right now. Do you want some?
Is it Vita?
No.
Oh, so it's not the pickled herring and the sour cream?
No, this is in oil.
Oh, that's probably a lot better.
I like it in the sour cream, though.
That's how they used to do it. And they put it on a cracker.
On a cracker. Not they. It was
whole
him.
thing, ask your viewers or anyone who's actually watching this, like, is it gross? I don't think it's gross. Other people are like, ugh. I get it. It's like sour cream and pickled fish on a cracker. It's Scandinavian. It's not even like Irish or anything like that.
It's huge in like Eastern Europe and stuff, and like all kinds of. A lot of countries.
It's of Scandinavian origin.
Right.
I looked into it.
Really? You looked into it?
I did. I was curious. Also, Danielle's mother is Scandinavian.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. She scanned that Navy right in.
God, that scared me. I didn't know what you were going to say.
What? That was just a weird part of a dumb joke about... Never mind.
George Santos is out after spending campaign funds on OnlyFans, and now he's on Cameo.
I love that for him.
He identifies as a fallen queen.
Yeah, I actually have not been following what you're talking about, but I know
George Santos?
How many hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions did he spend on OnlyFans accounts?
Is it saying that it is that much?
I think it's maybe in the 100,000s. I just don't want to shoot too low because I want to make the guy look like an asshole.
You don't want to look it up either, do you?
I mean, you
could look it up.
You told me that I didn't have to.
Yeah, but obviously I'm busy.
Well, you weren't busy a second ago.
Right now, though, don't I look busy?
Oh, you do look busy. I'll give you that.
Am I not scurrying through my stashay?
You are scurrying through your stashay.
And I don't know. I was always kind of in love with how ridiculous the George Santos thing was. But now that he's out, I mean, once the Cameo novelty dries up, because that's all he's doing, it's not going to be worth anything. I'm going to pray for him. College. See, I saw two different versions of this story. Mm-hmm. This one says college degree requirements creep into lower income brackets, which has been happening for a long time, especially as I was trying to leave public teaching. Trying to find
also on Botox. Sorry,
trying to find something that paid decent that would utilize my degree was crazy. But I've also seen it's going the other way around. Also, different types of employers are dropping degree requirements.
Why?
They just don't know that it's really making a difference between their more successful candidates and their less successful candidates, was the other story I read. So you'll see things that say master's degree required, $17.50 an hour. But then also you'll see things that are like $90K a year, and they have a pre-written thing of how they wish to interpret the combination of your experience and your education. But I mean, it goes both ways. Obviously, just having a degree doesn't alone make you qualified for a job.
I think people are probably figuring that out since the whole forcing your kids to go to college thing really kind of blew up in everyone's faces.
Well, it was a scam. It was just like the lobster.
Yes.
I mean, it was like your kids will be guaranteed a safe middle-class living minimum if they go and get a degree and work hard and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Obviously, that's not true.
Little do they know, we are dissolving the middle class.
Yeah, and there's no, what's it called? There's too many people. You know what I mean? So especially because they guaranteed all the student loan money. So then colleges were like, oh, great, we can raise tuitions indefinitely, and we can, send more people to school than ever, whether or not they actually need it, just because they think it's a shortcut or something to prosperity.
That's why I'm so glad I don't have any degrees.
Oh, that's why?
I'm so glad. Yeah. I mean, I still have $19,000 in student loan debt from something I'm not using, but I don't have any degrees, so suck it, losers.
Yeah, it's like what student loan debt? I don't even have a degree.
Exactly.
That's what you should
if
tell
I got nothing to show anybody, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen,
brother. Happen. Take me to jail.
I've never even been to Kansas.
Exactly. I was mostly in the Missouri side, but in the thing that didn't happen. But yeah, the whole that whole bit, I don't know. I can get a job right now with a Fortune 500 company with no degree, starting out at $70,000. All I got to do is go to St. Charles 4 days a week and drive a pickup and delivery truck for linens and uniforms for Cintas.
Really?
Yeah, I found it when I was looking at jobs, but I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you want to get your foot in the door and make a decent salary? You don't mind driving around in St. Charles picking up dirty linens.
You don't want to do that.
I'd say go for it. Well, no, I got other plans. I got other aspirations.
Like what?
Well, I'm gonna get fully invested into the construction home renovation thing. Yeah.
Well, good, because I got some stuff I need you to do around here.
Yeah, it's mostly for you. I actually don't care about my future or salary or retirement or anything like that. I just want to be able to fix your house because it's fallen apart already.
Where?
There was a water leak that one time a while back, and I guess that stopped.
That issue has been resolved.
Well, that's good. How'd you resolve that issue? We don't got to talk about
I don't remember.
It's okay. I just want to be here when stuff starts falling off.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, exactly. However long it takes. The more time, the better, because I'll have more experience. And I'm going to start an LLC. You're going to have to help me name my business.
I'll let you name it after me.
I'm not going to call it Jacob.
We'll just consolidate it into my LLC. It'll be Jacob V Weekly
home
Entertainment and Construction.
Entertainment and Construction.
I'll talk to them. We'll come over and I'll sit down at their dining room table and I'll talk to them while you go in the bathroom and fix the thing.
This is how we slowly become Lindell Global from the other guys.
We're in everything.
Exactly that.
We just add one. It's like the Hoffman brothers who did my AC. They not a sponsor. They like used to just do one thing and then they kept adding things.
Yeah, then you become prestige worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. So we do a little bit of whatever,
whatever the hell we want to do. You know what? This week I'm going to start selling boats.
Really?
No.
That could be lucrative.
I'm not going to sell boats in January in Missouri. Are you kidding me?
Okay, when you say it like that, I agree with you.
Well, you got to think. It's like chess. You got to think 2 moves ahead. I'm horrible at chess.
I am too, and apparently those geriatric bastards from the party this afternoon were also terrible at chess because that game went on for 90 minutes, and neither one of them could really tell who won.
They played like 5 games.
Oh, I thought it was one big one.
No, they just kept playing back to back.
Okay, now I take back what I said.
I feel bad because last time I tried to bop in there, I haven't played chess in probably 12 years.
I was playing it last semester with some of my students. I kind of want to start up the chess club again just because it's like it's fun to be able to beat kids at a game. I don't feel like I'm good at chess.
That's why I play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. Why do I keep lying?
You've been lying to me?
I just said I play
on
Fortnite.
The pod?
I just said I play Fortnite and I don't know.
You don't ever play Fortnite? You've played it.
But I imagine that's a good place to beat kids at a game, not physically.
I don't know. Some of those kids are goated in the sauce, bro, because I do
some
no
of those
builds.
Kids are goated in the sauce.
Because I like to shoot. I don't want to build things.
I haven't been playing multiplayer.
And then sometimes you'll get killed and you'll hear the little kid's voice. You're like, my God.
Oh, yeah. The after kill audio thing. And it's just kind of like, they're so upset. I love it.
And you can go watch some of my gameplay from when I was streaming Apex during COVID. Like I can fight in a game.
I want to collect that joy of kids being so upset at a video game and put it in a bucket, and then I want to fill that bucket to the top, and then I want to shower in it because the joy.
Yeah,
it's okay. That's a dumb thing to get joy out of, but at the same time, it's very entertaining.
I do love that.
Yeah, like they'll get over it. They're kids, but kids kind of suck.
Did you see the thing where Kanye was talking about St. Louis? He was on some rant I saw on TMZ where he's like, it's our country. They stole it from us. It's pyramids. It's St. Louis. They got Missouri. They stole it. I'm like, I don't
know what that's about. All I know is I haven't seen him in a while, but I keep seeing things like maybe like once or twice a month where he got replaced because his head's shaped differently now. His head is taller than it used to be. And so they're saying that he's a bad Kanye clone. I can't. And he's getting blowjobs in gondolas and rivers and canals.
Canals?
Did you see? Was it in Amsterdam? And someone got a picture.
I thought it was Venice.
He got caught getting a
Blow J Simpson.
A Blow J Simpson from his wife, whose name I can't remember. And is she always wearing a mask?
And I'm not saying I'm promoting this behavior, but that should be legal. At least they're married.
Yeah, but I think it was like a public transport.
Public indecency thing. That was kind of weird because it wasn't like a covered up kind of boat. Like there was no kind of privacy.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, hey, get down there and do that thing, not Kim. And she's like, okay.
Okay, Mr. Kanye.
Yeah, and then it happened.
She's probably cool. She's probably a really good time to hang out with.
I have a feeling she's probably very vacant. I would have to be if I was
She's probably
around
a really sweet lady.
I'd have to be on a bunch of
What's
pills.
her name?
I don't know.
I don't know her name.
I'm gonna look. Did someone ask?
No.
You said that like someone asked a question.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to get rid of this George Santos shit that we really skated by, but I'm going to look up Kanye's wife.
When I prepared the show probably over a month ago, I was really into the George Santos thing, and I've just moved on spiritually. It's a new year. It's a new season. I'm a Capricorn. I'm 33. I got a lot I got to accomplish. So.
Oh, here you go. Bianca Sensori.
Oh, what's her deal?
I don't know anything about
What
her.
does she do? Or what has she done?
Well, she is Bianca Sensori.
I love that.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I got a cat on me. She's an architectural designer.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does she dress like that? If she's an architect.
Oh, she's worked for Yeezy since 2020. She's Australian.
I like that.
Her exact age isn't public, but the Sun reports she's
her
believed
exact
to be around
age isn't
28.
public. She's an operative.
Yep, she's.
I don't know who for.
Mm-hmm.
She's an operative. I'm going to pray for Brother Kanye because that's.
Oh, there's records showing that she had graduated high school in 2012. So there you go.
20. She's younger than me.
Yep.
She can't be younger than me.
She is. Kanye's married to a woman
2012.
younger
That
than
means
you.
she's
Jacob,
just now 30.
Jacob, you're 33.
But she's 30.
Yep. That looks like about it. Also, why is he always like? Do you feel like he makes her wear masks and shit all the time? It's like, hey, have your titties out, but cover your face. What is that? Why is he?
Please don't say titties.
Sorry,
That's gross.
It's just that's a word for boobs. I'm sorry.
Breasts, please. My God.
Breasts. Also, why is he wearing shoulder pads under shirts?
It's fun. He's doing it because we're talking about it.
Okay, but
He's
also
doing it because he knows it's confusing.
But don't you see his face in images of him online recently where it's like that doesn't it looks kind of like Kanye?
Half the time I see him, you can't see his face.
I think that he's a clone.
I don't think they cloned Kanye.
I think they cloned
If they
Kanye.
didn't actually clone Paul McCartney, they didn't clone Kanye.
They definitely no, they didn't clone Paul McCartney. He died in a car crash, and they had a lookalike contest, just like the Elvis thing.
It was a lookalike contest?
They had a lookalike contest.
Why
and
would you
then they took
advertise the
winner.
cover-up? That's why that doesn't make sense to me.
Because it was something so ridiculous, it just could work. So they had a lookalike contest for Paul McCartney. They found a winner, a clear winner. Like it was uncanny, and they put him back in. And they said, "Hey, guess what, kid? You're Paul McCartney now. Here's your dossier." And then he went in there and he did it.
Dossier?
Dossier. I just wanted to say the word dossier.
It's a good word.
It's a good word.
But
then I think of Cavassier. I'm not a big cognac guy.
I wrote in here one time Biden impeachment ? I'm going to delete that. We're not even going to try to figure out what I was talking about.
That's all you said?
We were talking about this today, though. Vape in place. Let people use their drugs at work. If people are smoking at work in this political environment, they are not taking or fulfilling my order. I see what I mean there. If people are outside smoking at work, they're not getting the business done. If I pull up and everyone's outside because you make them go outside, I can't get my Diet Cokes.
Well, that's why people smoke weed in the walk-in, so then they don't actually have to leave the kitchen.
I'm saying let them. I'm saying let them.
I mean, I've
build a walk-in just for that. But
I worked
get back to toasting the buns or whatever has to happen.
I worked in an Italian restaurant when I was in high school.
Let them smoke on the line.
And they would say, "Who wants ice cream?" And the whole line of cooks would run around to the deep freeze, and they would fucking smoke weed in there, and then come back, and they'd be happy as ever just to be there working.
That is great.
Yeah.
Who wants ice cream?
Who wants ice cream? And then they all just run back there and like say in single file, like they're trotting, like they're about to do a musical number.
That's the kind of energy I want in every workplace.
I say if you want to pop an edible at work, if you can work your job, do it. Go ahead. If no one's got a problem with it and you get your job done, who the fuck cares? Some people need it.
No, but I'm saying enact it as policy. Vape in place.
But why is it just vape? Why is that very
whatever
specific?
People? That's just a catchy name for it.
Oh,
a lot of people prefer to vape. I don't know. Mm-hmm. People are vaping. It happens all the Zen in place, if that's what your thing is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about weed. You were talking about just nicotine.
Anything to keep them working.
Sure.
We are in a phase in our nation where we cannot just be not doing stuff. Let's fulfill the orders. Fulfill. Send it. Get it on the truck. And if that means you got to have 2 different types of cigarette hanging out of your mouth while you're pushing a crate of shoes onto a FedEx truck that is rushing like hell to get to Cincinnati.
Little nicotine lip pillows.
I want to do like an IV. I want to have like a pump on my body.
Horrible idea.
Where I just can order up my special mix of all the different things I want.
That shouldn't
put it all in the thing.
That's getting to like Wally level of laziness. Like you got to at least work for your vices.
I do.
You know, in Wally, how they're all just floating around in chairs.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't mind walking.
Yeah,
I don't mind walking.
Yeah, but you just want to like hit a button and get all your good
No,
feels.
it's not even a button. It's just like if I could centralize all of my substances, including food. I have to fulfill orders. I cannot be making food, eating food.
You're not supposed to be making food, eating food. You're supposed to be. Oh, I see what you're saying there.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I think you meant you were going to go get a job
it out of my
serving
life.
food.
I certainly would love if my body would quit producing waste.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
That's my least favorite part of being alive, is that my body has components that it doesn't want anymore, and it wants me to figure out where to put them in the world.
You could just plug it up.
I don't like it.
You could just plug it up,
but I don't want it to get up in there and stay in there. I want my body not to make the waste.
Oh, well, that's impossible.
I know, but I don't like it.
Oh well,
that's why I don't like it, because it's impossible.
Is it that you're just sick of pooping?
I am so tired of it.
Well,
I don't like it at all.
Then you just have to regulate your diet so that you only poop like once a day. And it's just one.
Obviously, I don't know how to regulate a diet.
Get more fiber.
Where?
From the fiber store.
Where?
I really, any of them. They're all over the place. Yeah.
The fiber store. Mm-hmm. It's called that?
No, it's called Fiber One.
Is the brand?
Imports.
Fiber One Imports.
Yeah, Fiber One and Pier One.
Fiber One, Pier One collab.
And so they sell furniture and fiber. That's it.
Furniture and fiber.
Sometimes furniture you can eat to get fiber.
That's what I was going to ask next. Mm-hmm. Remember in Traffic where she has the dolls that she melts and it turns into cocaine?
I don't, but I'm glad you brought that up.
You don't remember the movie Traffic?
I can't tell you last.
It was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I don't think I saw Traffic.
And Michael Douglas.
Oh, is that where they met?
And
good for them. Are they still married?
Were they together then, or did they meet then? You didn't even see the movie, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. No idea,
but I assume it was long enough.
Did you ever see The Game with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn?
Was that the one about football?
No, it was about like they're rich guys, and he buys him a game for his birthday, but it's like a real life game where like.
Oh, where he's got the short sleeve white button up with the tie and he freaks out in the McDonald's.
No, that's Falling Down.
That's what I always confuse it with.
The game was like they were like fucking his life up and like terrorizing him to try to I guess teach him something, or like it's a LARPing experience of some kind that you can't really get out of or something. It's crazy. It was really entertaining. You should watch it. Sean Penn is his brother.
When's the last time you saw Sean Penn?
He was, wasn't he? We talked about him on the pod. I thought he was going to Israel for a minute and then he decided not to. Or was it the Ukraine? He's making a documentary about the Ukraine. He was in the Ukraine filming on the front lines or something.
Oh, wow.
We talked about that. That's in this document here, I'm sure.
Do what you got to do.
I am sure.
Do what you got to do, bud.
This is my favorite. I can't believe we haven't gotten to this. Panera founder says employees today aren't motivated by the idea of making money for shareholders. Quote, nobody cares. I have it on good authority that man is a community college dropout and a goon. I was technically an employee of his at one time. Technically. And
wait, this dude that you worked for
the founder of Panera.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying it was just
and I worked at
store manager,
like the original store. And I watched a PowerPoint about him, and I got the inside scoop from somebody that worked for corporate.
I think you worked there for like 2 weeks.
It was that whole summer. No, it was spring break through June.
Oh, Lord.
But then I quit over the 4th of July because I had only asked for that day off. And then they called me, asked me where I was. But I hadn't been on the schedule for like 2 weeks. So I said, I'm not coming back. I thought you fired me. And I asked off for today.
Similar reason that why I quit O'Leary's.
You got to do, and the schedule was only posted in the store on a bulletin board on paper.
Oh yeah, I used to do that, and we used to have a group. We used to have a group,
and they got mad at you if you came in on your day off to look at it. I'm like, you just post. How am I supposed to know when I'm supposed to be
Well, that was a very
here?
different time. Last time I had a situation like that, people would just put the schedule in a group me and send it to everybody.
So,
but now they got like slang.
People in St. Louis also have beef with Panera because it used to be the St. Louis Bread Company. Now, the reason they changed the name is because really the bread is not a St. Louis recipe. It's not a historically significant St. Louis thing. It's really kind of a California-style sourdough bread was their original signature kind of item.
I just go there for the Asiago cheese bagels.
And that whole thing. But this guy is so dumb that he would say something like this. and not stop himself.
Well, how
I
dare
know
you?
for a fact, because I know people that have met this guy, that he is so dumb that he would say, yeah, it's like the cashiers at the Panera in Sunset Hills don't care about the stockholders of Panera, the brand. Nobody cares. They don't
How
care
dare
if the stockholders make money.
How dare you, young people just trying to pay your bills, not consider the rich people that control the company?
Consider the stockholders whose pockets you are picking when you ask me for a 75-cent raise.
If you can't
Barb.
support the rich people's economics, how do you expect it to trickle down to you?
Guys, if the rich people don't get to steal all the money, it won't trickle down later. Hello.
Duh, that's why you got to give them all the money.
Well, we solved that one.
I'm glad we figured that out. I can't wait for everyone to see this and for the world to change.
Yeah, we solved it right here. And there's people watching live right now, but really when it filters out into the community, that's when we'll really start to see that things are improving. The world is improving.
Where's your trash pile?
There's a can. There's a trash can.
Where?
I got a bag over here. Toss it to me.
I'm going to throw you my Waterloo. Ugh.
Oh,
It was right in your hand.
I know, but it kind of bounced out.
Okay.
I really almost had a grip on it.
Yeah, it's close.
I got to work on your camera angle too. We got to get back in now that you're not bartending every night for 6 weeks, right, guys? That's what really happened.
I was mostly serving.
Yeah, and actually, you would be playing D&D right now.
I would be, but luckily the weather has made it a situation where
People don't want a D&D.
people don't want a D&D. Well, that and other things that made this weekend kind of difficult for other people,
Right.
but that's something I want to talk about.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
And how do I get you down here to do this when it's not my
Gotta
birthday?
munch that ice. Well, we've talked about this on the phone. You need to set a date where you'd like to do it, specifically every week, and we just commit ourselves to it. Now I'm off in the evenings again. Now it's gonna be a little bit more simple for me. However, you're in like 8 bands and host trivia and have a life and a wife and all that, and it's like, I don't have that many things to do in the evening other than hang out with my wonderful fiance and the occasional other thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Which is what?
you got to hit me up.
You eat a whole pot roast and scamper into the woods?
Yes. Me and my boys.
Are you working tomorrow? You haven't decided.
It's kind of up in the air right now.
I need you to make sure you...
I'm going to get up and
need
act
you-
like I am, but I don't know
do your
yet.
devotionals, make sure you keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in your prayers.
100%.
And just be grateful for the wisdom and, raise that up to glory.
Got to stay prayed up.
So I'm not saying you can't eat at Panera. I'm just saying
I mean, if you want overpriced hospital food, go ahead.
that's what it is. It's expensive, inconvenient hospital food.
It's very
It's not even
true.
in a hospital.
Last time I got something there, I think I got
You
a
know
cup
what?
of soup because I was
However,
killing time.
it is a little bit better than hospital food.
It's
It's a little bit. It tastes a little bit more.
You know what? When I worked at Barnes, it was all those years ago. Their hospital food wasn't that bad. I'll be honest. They had a fried chicken sandwich that you could order that wasn't really on the menu. That was like, ugh.
Do you think it tasted better because it was a secret?
Yeah, actually, there was a part of it there because some guy would be in line and it's like he's there seeing his sick kid and he sees the shitty menu and then he sees me with a delicious, fresh fried chicken sandwich. And he's like, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And I was like, "Oh, I work here." And I walk to the register and pay for my sun chips
In your scrubs.
in my scrubs.
You're 7 feet tall. You're wearing scrubs.
And back then, I had sideburns and a pompadour.
And you said, this is a top secret employees only fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, enjoy your stay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why don't you try the turkey club from yesterday?
Yeah, why don't you try the sweaty, just sweaty bananas?
Why don't you get a chicken Caesar wrap that we sell a ton of and everyone complains about?
Yeah, why don't you get some like Cisco chicky tendies and ranch that says it's Hidden Valley, but it's not.
Yeah.
Which also the chicky tendy's not bad.
A Cisco chicken tendy, freshly
I'll do
fried
it.
in grease.
I'll do it.
I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we trying to get around?
I don't know. I think that they should serve more seafood in hospital cafeterias.
That's what I want.
If we can get endless shrimp at
I
Red Lobster,
I want a raw oyster bar
That's
in
right.
the ER.
I want a freshly shucked West Coast Pacific Northwest. Just
I want it to
fed
still
from
be
the fir
throbbing.
trees.
I want to watch you shuck it.
Well, they say when you disconnect that little thing that's connecting it to the shell, that's you basically killing its brain. So it's alive while it's sitting there.
But it doesn't have a central nervous system.
It's not like it could feel it. Are we at an hour?
Yeah, we are.
No way.
Isn't that fun?
What the fuck?
I know. This is why we got to do more of these, because it doesn't actually take that long.
We spent the first half of this thing talking about your plugs.
No, we didn't.
And now
we
here
had
we
a
are.
whole we went through everything on the
I
list.
thought we were really getting some traction just now when we were talking about oysters and hospitals.
What could we keep talking about? You want to keep talking about oysters?
Not really now.
Yeah.
Also, imagine witnessing childbirth and then going and getting oysters from the cafeteria.
Imagine you got red mist on your face from watching a child be born, and then you go down and you have a hubcap with 15 raw West Coast oysters.
A hubcap filled with rock salt.
Is that rock salt?
No, it's like ice cream salt or something. It's just very thick salt. Big chunks.
I thought it was ice.
Oh, sometimes they'll do ice. Wait, where are you talking about?
When I get raw oysters.
Have you never been to one of those fancy places that just puts it
Guys,
on salt?
JacobV.com, Patreon.com/JacobV, Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois, or maybe it's just Hamel, Illinois.
It is Hamel. I looked it up.
Follow us on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch,
Also, birthday.
TikTok. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love you.
Happy birthday. Bye, guys.